Again, it's Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida at Expression Studio Gallery's backyard. And I have a 12-inch by 24-inch black primed dry canvas that I'm going to put aside for a second. And I am going to do what I promised myself to do, which was to add some colors and to make a ring pour. And I have shovels handy to the side, and I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do, but I am going to grab some white from behind me and throw some of that in there. Although I wouldn't mind if it was the pearl by accident. That would be a good thing. And I think that that is the case. So I'm going to take my gold and put it in the bottom of this ring pour cup, my version of a ring pour cup. And pay attention to the colors that I like. I've wanted to use a lot of yellow for a while, and I don't ever seem to get all the way to, to anywhere near that. And I probably won't again, but I never stop trying. And I've got tops on my bottles. I do like to use the white near the neon. I think this is a purple with some golden iridescent pearl fine in it. And that makes it shimmery, which I happen to be a big fan of shimmery. I don't do glitter, but I do shimmer. That's not the color I wanted. I have a lot of small bottles that I'm still trying to use up. And I want to try and use less paint, but I'm not very good at that. But I want to use less paint in my ring pour style cups between the colors. I want to use just less paint in the layers and then add white between some. Now my shovel will fit in this iPod case. I'm not sure if that's either here nor there at this point. I know I have some black around here somewhere. I don't want to go so far overboard that I have a whole lot of colors left. I didn't put the black in, and I want some more gold. And I like that green, and I don't use it as much as I should, I don't think. But that's not the green I grabbed anyway. This is. So it's over here. Grab this other green, put a bunch of that in there. That's very nice and cheerful for me. Don't ask me why I like it with the orange. It just reminds me of flower beds, you know. I have a color shift that looks terrible in the bottle, but it will be very nice and reflective when it gets wherever it's going, hopefully. Not as bad as it looked then. I'm probably going for too much color, but I think I'd rather have too much than not enough. That stopped going. I keep thinking I'm going to take the top right off my bottles. Yes, I did. I just squeezed that right in the middle. I didn't use all the yellow I was planning on. It's nice if they come out. I am going to get nails someday. It's just not this day. Okay, I guess we're not using that right now. I want a little bit of... I want to find out what it looks like when I go from the other side. Alright, so I've got enough paint, more or less. Can't stop myself, I'm just like that. Still going. And I know that that pink definitely sells. Alright, so I'm going to have to do another painting after this one, obviously. Without a doubt. I'm going to move some of these colors out of my way as far as I can get them and bring that canvas back over here. Now what I keep thinking is that I want to shovel and scoop and ring pour, so I'm going to have to find a small scoop and decide if that's going to be what I want to do first. I am going to grab some colors. I'm going to use a little heart underneath. I'm going to let the colors run right out. I just remembered an idea for painting I have that these stripes reminded me of. Can't believe I made it to the other end. Wow. Well, I almost made it to the other end. So I'm going to give that a little bit of a tip. Because I Can, which is also the name of my book, on the Amazon link below the video. I have been wanting to do that, use my straw and my stripes the whole time I've been doing this. And it looks like all of the red disappeared from my pan of colors, so I'm going to add some more in there. And I grabbed a whole bunch of gold. Where'd my Valentine go? Oh well, I guess I'm not using it this time. Just barely touching the canvas, just grazing the canvas. With the flat front. Let those merge. So I can keep dripping that end. Love that purple. I'd like to spread it out. I think the only way I'm going to do that is going in the opposite direction from the one I want to go. Just seeing which way I like the colors. And let them drip right over the end back into my paint. I don't think that's going to hurt anything. And I'm not wasting any paint, and that makes me happy. I think that ring pour cup is going to have to be another painting. So I'm going to put that well and truly out of my way. I'm going to grab some more pink. And I have black gesso, which I need to buy some more of for spots just like that. I'm probably going to wind up coating most of everything that isn't got paint on it tomorrow with black gesso. Alright, so I had a nice little heart that I was using as a catcher for my dripping scupula. And I've just dripped quite a bit. And I'm just ribbon pouring the last dregs of that scoop right out of there, and I want some more. And I'm just going to keep doing what I was doing with the tubing, just to blow it out. That's a beautiful pan of colors I got going. Well, maybe I don't mind the tip first, because it makes some really neat patterns in the paint. And we'll go back again and let that area that I'm looking at right here my next venture with the scoop. I am giving myself permission to take a little longer with things because I've been doing things in such short order that it doesn't always really do everything that I want it to do. I always wonder about crossing things over, and I like the idea a lot. Now if I bring it right up to the edge of the next section, and I don't touch it, I can always use the bamboo skewer to include it in. I don't have nearly enough gold in there, I don't think. Then I always think that, so no worries. This one I'm not going to use the flat front, I'm just going to dribble so I can join this. Just going to make some nice organic shapes. I hope. I think maybe it's time to look at the other side of that. I still didn't get a lot of yellow, but I have some interesting stuff going on, including some drips that I'm not super thrilled with, but I'm not going to worry about it yet. There's always later. Throw a little more red in there. And I can feel that paint dripping down my finger, and I don't want it to go into my painting. And I think I am going to take a Princeton Art Tool Catalyst spatula, scrape off the back of that, and encourage the paint to go right down over the edge. Feeling the need to wipe off my scoop, but I don't think it's time yet. And I want a lot more pink than I seem to be getting. I've got gorgeous colors, not the pink I want. I call this purple pink because it's so pink. So it occurs to me I don't have my glasses on, and I might want them to be on. To do any number of things, most of which would be better if I could see what I was doing. Makes sense to me. Just use the skewer to help lead a few things along. I'm getting someplace I like, except for the splooges. I have some gold in a bottle, and I think I'm going to use it as long as it's the right gold, and it's not. I think this is the right gold. I'm pretty sure. I'm going to keep merging things with other things. Kind of like all of that. Use my bamboo skewer to guide that purple I like right down over the edge. Notice my gold didn't go all the way there, so I'm going to add some. Just to drip. And that's kind of cool. I'm not done yet for sure. It's a little tenuous when you get to the end of where you want it to go, because then you're not sure if you're going to be able to stop or if you're going to get a blob or not. I never did use my shovels. Oh well. Can't always see what I'm doing because I'm working through my arm. Maybe someday I'll figure out how to fix that. I like to leave the edge of the blob so that it continues the line. I think I'm going to do a little more scooping, but I am going to wipe off the bottom of my scoop so I don't risk having drips. I want to go from this side, so I'm going to turn it around again. I've got some beautiful paint drip down all over the place. I may add some drops. You know, I just really want, okay, yeah, I want something up there, and I want the red up there. I want the red, and I want some more pearl. And want to mix some gold right in with it. I want some orange. And I can have everything I want, basically. Pretty colors. Cautiously scooped. Or maybe not as cautiously as I wish I had scooped. I'm going to wipe off the bottom of that this time. There, that's not bothering me a bit. That's really what I wanted. I suspect that there's a large enough quantity there so that I can sort of nudge it toward the edge with the skewer and it will fall over. And that's what I want. I am going to give this a little bit of a torch. And I'm going to remember that I use GAC 800 by Golden, so if I want to leave my paint thick, I can. And I'm really kind of liking this a lot right now. I don't know how much more I want to do to it. And since I did not set the timer, well, I did set the timer, I just didn't start it. I will probably just decide to do another instead of worrying about anything more with this one, because I like this one the way it is. And if I want to camouflage any splooges, I can just do something with gold. Maybe a few more of those, because that doesn't look right. Or maybe just something entirely different up there. Because I do love the gold, and I don't think it's hurting anything at all. Yeah, I went past where I said I was going. You're used to that. So, I torched to release the patterns in the paint, but also to release the bubbles in the paint. And I'm going to do that now as cautiously as possible again. Although, you know what? I have some really nice color shift blue. And I would like to throw some of that right in here and see what happens. And maybe somewhere else as well. Yes, it's a really nice electric blue, and I want some more of it. It's zhuzhing it up a little bit, and there was nothing wrong with it the way it was, but it's more to my liking now. Makes me want some of that turquoise color shift in there as well. And I do have that right here. Don't know if I want a ton of it, but a little might go a long way. And then I add more still. You just can't trust me. I'm liable to change my mind and do what I want at any given moment. And all of that is too much fun. For me to resist. So I'm not going to resist. Good. Okay, so if you're looking for my book on the Amazon link below the video, you'll find it's called Because I Can. It's along with my Princeton Art Tool Catalyst spatulas, which I probably didn't use, but are really handy to have, and I recommend them highly. Along with my OXO omelet turning spatula If you're ever missing a link, just ask. I'll be happy to give you them. I have over 430